Yeah.
Hello everybody, Savat the Mighty here, and I'm back with another Eve Echoes video. I'm in the Fulmination test server once again, and today we're actually going to be taking a look at a ship that nobody requested. Not one person. Nobody in all of the chats that I was ever in any of the comments, ever mentioned this ship. So, I figured since nobody at all ever mentioned this ship, I would go ahead and take a look at it. So today we are going to go into a very interesting build with this ship that I personally have put together. It is going to be extremely skill intensive, and only the most elite are going to be able to fly this baby. With that being said, if you do like my content, please leave a like on the channel, subscribe, and hit that notification bell if you want to be notified whenever I release new content in the future. And today, we're going to take a look at the Caldari Scorpion. So when I opened this ship up, the first thing that I saw was some very interesting things that this ship had. Let's go ahead and take a look at the stats here, and we'll talk about that in just a moment. So for Advanced Electronic Warfare bonus per level, you get plus 10% Guidance Disruption Strength per level, and 10% Guidance Disruption Optimal Range, letting you really do actually quite a bit by nerfing your enemy's missiles with this ship. But that's not what we're going to be taking a look at today. Also, as a bonus, it does get plus 5% scan resolution per level. And for its battleship command bonus per level, it gets plus 15% turret damage and plus 15% missile/torpedo damage per level. That means this ship can use any weapon in the game effectively, minus drones, but it has a couple of those as well. So that is going to lead us into the fit that I decided to try out, but let's take a look at the basic info on this ship first. Its overall defense is sitting at 68,066 with a flight velocity of 121, a warp speed of 3 AUs, and a power grid output of 6,879 megawatt. The capacitor is sitting at 7,288 gigajoules with a cargo hold capacity of 1,103. Optimally, this thing should be a shield tank based off of what it tells us here, but we'll get into that in just a moment as well. So how did I fit this guy out? Well, I wanted to take as much of an advantage of this ship as I possibly could, so I could not resist myself to do a meme fit. And with that, I decided not to go with any of the disruptors because, you know, that would be really nice on this ship, but really wouldn't be that too effective in PvE. I mean, yeah, I guess it could be. If you're sitting at a long range, you're gonna really disrupt some of those long range missiles, and that would be helpful and all, but I thought this fit would be a lot better. And so in our high slots, which we have 4 of, I have one Corpus C-type large pulse laser. I have one Gist C-type large autocannon. I have one Core C-type large snub-nose railgun. I have one Pit C-type large rapid missile launcher. And finally, we have a Ching C medium jetstream decomposer. Now again, this is on the test server. All of this stuff may or may not be out when you're watching this, and it's all subject to change whenever it does come out. So we have one of each of the turret types as one of the missile types, since this ship can get a bonus to all of it. Yes, that is definitely not going to be the most effective way to fly this ship, but I thought it would be entertaining and fun. Alright, in our medium slots, we do have a Predator Warp Scrambler. We also do have a Haley Target Painter, and we have the Predator Stasis Webifier for the trifecta for locking people down to be able to hit them with stuff. Lastly, we have a Vikralakas Large Energy Nosferatu. And just to keep our capacitor up just that little bit more, as you can see here, this is not a cap stable ship. And when we get into the low slots, you'll also see it's not going anywhere. So for the drones, I do have one Mark 9 Ogre. He's in there to do damage to the big guys. And I am also running simultaneously a Mark 9 Vespa, because if we're going to get crazy with the weapons in the top, I might as well have 2 different drone sizes in here as well, because why not? In the low slots, I have a Gistum C-type gyro stabilizer. We definitely want to make sure that our cannon is going to be able to get that damage bonus. as well as a Centum C-type heatsink. That's for the laser. It's going to make that laser do that little bit more damage. We also are rocking a Corellium C-type magnetic field stabilizer, and this is for our trusty dusty railgun, the snub nose variety up there. And we have a Pith C-type ballistic control system. This is going to be giving our rapid missile just that little bit more damage as well. In our last slot, we decided to go for a Centus C-type large shield booster, and this is so we could actually repair damage coming in. So our poor medium Jetstream Decomposer is not getting a damage bonus. Wah. For the rigs, since I had so many different weapon types, I didn't actually go for any type of damage on the slots, and we're also not running with any type of defense, so I decided to focus solely on defense for the rigs. Now on the right hand side, to make the ship a little bit more cap stable, since it has a variety of weapons it's firing and a lot of them use a lot of cap. We have 3 semiconductor memory cells, 3s in there. 1, 2, 3, just so you can see. And in our combat slots, we have all defensive. We have an anti-thermal screen reinforcer 3. I have a core defense charge economizer 3. I can never say that word right away. And that is going to give us a little bit more shield boosting. And we have an anti-kinetic screen reinforcer 3. Overall, that is going to bring our defense up to a okay level for not having any type of hardeners on this ship. And again, it's not going anywhere because we're not running any type of afterburner or micro warp drive. So it's going to get in there, it's going to sit, it's going to list lazily over to the competition and fire its a range of weaponry at it, lighting it up with all the sounds, all the lasers, all the colors, all the damage types. All right. So let's take a look at this a little bit further. So for its offense, it's sitting at a cool 1045.32. For its turrets, it's doing 776.9 DPS. Its missiles are bringing 181.93 DPS to the table, and the drones are bringing 86.49 DPS. So the drones here have a 35 km range. Let's take a look at the maximum range on all of ours at that 50% threshold. So for our laser, we're sitting at about 37.8. For our cannon, we are sitting 42.86. For the snub nose, we're sitting at 22.5, I think. And the missiles, we're sitting at 36.89. And the Jetstream is sitting at a cool 30. So ultimately, we're going to be dictated by our shortest range weapon, which is going to be the snub-nose railgun. So ultimately, we want to get in with, I don't know, 9 km of them. Without an afterburner, that's going to be a large ask. So, and defense-wise, what we're looking at is it has effective hit points of 100,813. 35,690 of that are coming from the shields. We have an EM resistance of 0, a thermal resistance of 57, a kinetic resistance of 64, and an explosive resistance of 50. You should know by now the reason why I have the thermal and the kinetic pumped up here are because I am going to be fighting Galente ships. They are going to be primarily using railguns, which are primarily going to be doing kinetic and thermal. If you're fighting something different, fill those holes with what you're fighting. Armor, we're sitting at 24,744 armor hit points with an EM resistance of 50, thermal of 45, kinetic of 25, explosive of 10. And structure, we're at 25,088 structure hit points with that 33% across the board. Our capacitor, it lasts for 15 minutes and 17 seconds with minus 8.68 gigajoules. Minus 19.2% total. Capacitor capacity is 15,851 gigajoules with a recharge time of 874 seconds. Bringing us to the power grid, we're sitting at a cool 10,318 with max stats. Targeting on this ship, it has a radar sensor strength of 30 points, scan resolution of 172, signature radius of 322, and it can lock a maximum of 7 targets. And that brings us to our navigation. The ship is moving at 175.45 with a warp preparation time of 11.75 and warp speed of 3 with no warp stability. Okay, so we have this ship set up. Let's go ahead and take it out and see how well it performs. Now, mind you, you would have to have level 5 across the board in every single one of these skills to get the awesome amount of power this ship is about to put out. But if you can ever get there, then this ship is for you. Alright, we'll be right back with the combat. Alright, so here we are at the combat anomaly, and well, there's really nothing to show. We have no afterburner or micro warp drive or shield hardeners to turn on. I can tell you this is my second time trying to record this. The first time that I jumped in, I warped into 0, we got there, and I fired the guns once, game crashed. So these weapons are so powerful, they crash the game. I'm curious to see if it's going to happen a second time. So I'm just letting you know right now, if you have this much raw power behind your skill sets in the game, it is possible it'll just be too much for the game to handle. And you're going to crash it. Okay. So here we are. We warped into 0. We're going to go ahead and lock up everybody here. We really don't have anything to turn on. Okay. Cool. Let's hit it with everything we got. Not you. You. Focus fire you. Okay. So this small ship here should be taking a beating. All of these large weapons. We're just sitting still. We'll get him eventually, guys. It's probably the medium drone doing the majority of the work on this guy. Let's turn this back off. This thing is not cap stable. So, alright. After this guy gets out of this crazy orbit around us, we don't even have him very slow. He's still going. Excellent. Let's go ahead and focus on this guy next. Look at that. Already mainly dead. I mean, once they get out of that being in orbit around you, things get a whole lot easier. We're going to set approach on him. We are definitely going to be turning on our Nosferatu, that's for sure. Look at that DPS, man. One of the things that we are going to be very curious to look at is see what it looks like with everything activated. Let's move in. We're going to get there eventually. Now we are 20 km out, so we're not in optimal range of everything, but we're still in range of everything. We're just going to have an array of damage types on this guy. And so, what are we going to take a look at? Let's activate every single one of our damage mods. And let's see what this ship gets up to. A whopping 1,293 DPS. Doing all of the damage. Look, this guy's going away from us. We can't even keep up. He can just fly away. He's like, I don't want to be over there. Are you stupid? Look at this guy. And stay still so we can shoot you. Oh, this is horrible. This ship doesn't fly at all. It's just a big brick of devastation. And so he is 26 km away and getting further. We're still holding up on our DPS though. It's quite respectable, to be honest. No, get back here. We want to fight you. And look at all that damage. It's actually not doing too terribly bad. That's one of the funny things about this. I mean, I would imagine you actually have to have so many skills for this even to be a thing. No, we're actually going away, and that's not him flying away from us. We still have our approach set to something. Yeah, that's our dumb selves. We're the one who did that. Turn around, Scorpion. Go the other way. Stop trying to run. Jeez, you bring out the Scorpion to showcase it even when no one requested it. What's it do? It tries to get away from battle. First a crash, now this? Good God. Get him, Scorpion. going away from the battle. You know how fast you move? It'd take forever to get back there. But that just goes to show you it does have an extreme range of 30 km. It can still do damage out that far. And just look at the array of weapons. I mean, if you like light shows, wow. We've got cannons, lasers, missiles, you name it. This ship has it. It even has a decomposer on there. It is just a medium decomposer, so that's something to say. But I mean, heck, the medium decomposer, it's there. It's doing work. All right, now we're within 18 km. We're going to be picking up that damage soon, so it's not quite as funny that the ships aren't actually just moving away from me faster than I can move to them. Still funny nonetheless. All right, let's get over here and take out this guy. Here, give me a little bit of that shield boost and goodness. So yeah, no matter what their tank is, it doesn't matter. The ship is doing all the damage types. It's going to do it well. And it's going to blow them up. You can even mix and match your drones to whatever you see fit to make that damage even more crazy. Oh, this thing. And so the Scorpion is literally the jack of all trades. It can do it all. What weapons are you specialized in? Just fly a Scorpion. You like missiles? Scorpion. Cannons? Scorpion. Lasers? Scorpion. You don't know what battleship to get. You have trained a weapon. Get a Scorpion. The only thing that you're not going to see some good returns on is going to be drones. The drones itself, it does not get any type of damage bonus to those. I mean, unless you can find a way to mount your drones on your turrets. Alright, next wave here. We're going to keep flying this way. Okay, this is the guy we actually want to target first. He is going to web us. And we really don't want that. Oh, he's not webbing us. Oh, well, we still don't like him. He looked at us funny or something. I don't know. So we're going to get rid of him. And then we're going to follow up with this guy. We don't like him either. He's a butthole. He's trying to get up all close to us and nestle us. We don't like to be nestled. This is a nestle-free zone. No nestles here. Alright, now we're on the attack. Let's turn off this. We don't need that. Go get him, Scorpion. So now that we got all the little nestle guys away from us, we can do a little bit of nestling ourselves. We like to be the nestlee, not the nestler. We don't like to be the victim of nestling, but we like to do the nestling ourselves. I think that's how that's going to be. No. We're going to save the best for last. Let's approach this guy here. Oh man, look at you and your one weapon having self. Shh, one weapon. You need to diversify, son. Who uses one weapon? Not us. We're way too good for that. Alright, let's come back over here, activate all of our damage mods again. We kind of forgot about those. Let's turn on that armor up. We're starting to get in a little bit of a chunky zone there. But there's some more red on there that I don't like. Let's get rid of that red. Look at that. We should be in range here. We're going to go ahead and turn off those thrusters. They're doing overtime. Finish off this Myrmidon, and we're going to go ahead and hit this Megathron next. We should be right in perfect range. We want to make sure that we want the closeness there for the Snubnose to be able to do its full bounty of work. You have Snubnoses, we do too. Well, just one. Oh, look at that. Look at all the different blaps. We just got beams and decomposers and missiles and all sorts of crazy stuff is going over there. Excellent. We're taking this guy out. I think now that we're actually outside of the shield, we're probably going to end up doing more damage. I think ultimately our damage spread is better for armor and hull. But this is funny. As you can see, it doesn't have much of a tank on it, so it does take quite a bit of a beating there, and it's definitely not cap stable, and we wouldn't be able to sit out here doing this for too terribly long. This is definitely not the fit that you want to take in to accomplish your T10s. But I mean, if you want to, and you can do it, be my guest. I mean, it's not like you don't have the skills for it. So yeah, this ship is actually a pretty interesting, though. There is going to be a ton of really great fits that I can see coming out of the Scorpion. All meme stuff aside, what we're looking at here is this ship is going to be able to do some very interesting things with the bonuses that it gets to all weapons, and there's definitely going to be some very interesting fits, I think, with this ship. So this ship will surprise you, I think. So be careful if you run into some of these in PvP especially. You never know what you're going to get. Alright, let's lock up this. Let's turn around and head the opposite direction. I don't like the fact that these guys they're coming in fast. Okay, let's focus fire down this guy. There we go. We had a 6,000 point hit there. Okay. Boom. What's next on the list? Get him. Okay. Switch over to this guy here. Oh, we got all that damage. All of it. There we go. That guy should basically be dead. Let's turn back around, start heading back in. Yeah. We've got everything on him, sir. Okay. We're going to move in closer for the kill here. We're going to list lazily over here. I just like watching all the different damage numbers come off the ship. That's making me happy. Oh my goodness. This thing is just silly. So, if you use missiles... Oh, what? Our snub-nosed railgun wasn't activated that whole time. We could have been doing more damage. If you use missiles or decomposers, especially decomposers, if you happen to be one of the people who specialized into decomposers thinking that that was going to be your weapon, and you were looking for bigger ships to come out, you can fit an array of medium decomposers on this ship, and it's going to get a 75% additional damage bonus from them. You can put some large decomposers on there if you can get your hands on them, though. Good luck with that. But yeah, you can use anything with this ship, and that's just stupid. You can get dumb things like this going on here. I mean, as you can see, it still is going to take quite a while for this ship to actually run out of cap. So even though it's not cap stable, I think it was, what, 15 minutes? So you're going to have plenty of time for your capacitor if you're just doing small news missions and stuff like that, and you happen to have level 5 in all of your skills, and you're still doing news missions. For some reason, I get boredom, maybe? Hmm. I mean, by that time you're going to be like, at least in your 70s, probably. I'll be long dead. For that many skills to get trained up to all 5s? Yeah, it's going to take the better part of your life. But when you get there, you can do this fit on the Scorpion, and you too can fire every single weapon in the game. And blow up your foes with all of the cannons, all of the guns, all of the decomposers. All of it. So, if you want to do something silly, or if you have an actual legit fit in mind and you want to put a weapon on this ship, it can use it. And so back to a more serious note again, this ship can fit pretty much any weapon that you want on it, so that is going to make for some crazy things. I'm sure everybody has their own ideas of what they would do if they had their hands on this ship, and I would like to hear it. If you guys have any type of crazy ideas that you would do with this ship, anything that you think would be fun, very effective, or awesome, let me know. Tell me what you would do with your Scorpion. This ship is really versatile. It can do so much stuff. It's not going to win any range games. Other ships are going to outrange it for sure. But it definitely has that versatility going for it. I always said I liked versatile ships. I never knew how much one with every single gun in the game plastered to it would make me laugh. And I don't think I've had more fun than I have just messing around with this thing. Is it effective? God, no. This is probably one of the worst things you could do with it. Would anybody ever be able to actually do this? God, no. I mean, if you ever got your skills in this state, why? Why would you do this to yourself? You have so much other good options you can fly if you're specialized in everything. But here it is. That is the Scorpion for you in the meme fit of all the weapons. And yes, it is the only ship that would even be able to pull this off. Alright guys, thank you for watching. I will catch you in the next video. Take care.